What it do? What it do? Let's go. Yeah, y'all already know what to do when you come in the building. Smash on that like button. Jump in the comment section. Let me know y'all in the building. And it went down tonight for real. Yes, sir. What up? What up? What up? Jump in the comment section. Let me know y'all in the building when you come in the building. Man, hell of a fights tonight. That shit was going down. Hell of a fight tonight. Macadocious, Mac of the South. What's happening with it? Salute to you. And I know you watched them fights. Man, hell of a night. We had a hell of a night. That was a good. Hey, Tank showed out. Tank, he definitely showed out tonight. Real talk. I got to give him his credit because Barrios came to fight. And Tank did not come to lay down tonight. Straight up and down. Tank showed out tonight. Milo Serving, what's happening with it? Sylvester 2011, what's good with it? Oh, yeah, you already know I'm a cook on this. Man, Tank showed out tonight. And Lomachenko showed out too, though. You know what I'm saying? Lomachenko went out there on ESPN and he showed out too. Real talk. Lomachenko and Tank, they both showed out. Yeah, I picked Tank to stop. I picked Tank to get that stoppage, but Barrios came to fight. I ain't gonna lie, Barrios surprised me. And like I said, when y'all come in the building, smash on that like button. Mike Mickens, what's happening with it? Hell of a fight. And Erickson Lubin did his thing. And like I said, I was telling y'all, I said both of them got a suspect chin. Both of them got a suspect chin, and they both showed that tonight. Erickson Lubin had me scared. I ain't gonna lie. Erickson Lubin had me scared tonight because I know Erickson Lubin got a real suspect chin. But the only thing is Erickson Lubin is a much better fighter than Rosario, and also Erickson Lubin, his chin is just a little bit better than Rosario's is. And Rosario, he can't take no body work. Michael Mickens says Tank versus Josh Taylor next. Nah, Tank better stay away from them heavy hitters at 140. No, that's not Tank. Tank need to go back to 135 or 130. Mr. Mechanical said Barrios came to fight, but Tank got him out of the DMV. Let's go. Yeah, man. Tank got him out of there. And I'm going to tell y'all that, man, Tank made that fight a lot harder than he had to. Tank Davis made that fight a lot harder than he had to for the simple fact is Tank Davis, he wasn't doing no body work. He wasn't going to the body. And I said, man, if he started going to the body, he can break Barrios down. He was just straight head hunt. And when he went back to the corner, right, in some of the later rounds, I don't know what round it was, but Calvin Ford was telling them, like, man, Tank, go to the body. He was telling them, go to the body. And Tank, as soon as he went to the body, y'all seen what happened. He hurt Barrios. But let's talk about that Nakatani and Lomachenko fight for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Let's cook on that fight. Lomachenko looked good. Lomachenko looked rejuvenated. He came out there, and you could tell from the very start that Lomachenko went out there to prove a point. He wasn't playing. Lomachenko beat the dog shit out of Nakatani. I'm talking about, but see, I told y'all when I was breaking down the fight on Friday, I said that Lomachenko, the angles that Lomachenko bring, His footwork is going to be too much for Nakatani because I said, yeah, Nakatani tough. He been in the ring with some good opposition, but he never been in the ring with the style of fighter of Lomachenko. I said he's never been in the ring with that style of fighter ever. You dig what I'm saying? He had never been in the ring with that style of fighter. So him getting in the ring with the style of fighter of Lomachenko, he didn't know what to do. It's just like you learn how to swim, right? And you know how to swim pretty good. And then they fucking just throw you off in 100 feet of water. You ain't gonna know how to swim in that shit. That's the same thing with Nakatani. Yeah, you've been in there with some great opposition, but you've never been in there with somebody that brings the skill set and the footwork of Lomachenko. And that's what won Lomachenko that fight. His footwork. He was confusing Nakatani. He was running circles. He was literally running circles around Nakatani. And Nakatani did not know what the hell to do. He was running circles around that man. And y'all hit the like button. Y'all hit the like button. Yes, sir. So hell of a night of fights. Shit, I mean, we can't ask for more than that. All of them fights. And then Erickson Lubin and Rosario was another great fight. That was another great fight. Both of them and Rosario came to fight. Rosario came to fight. And you could tell Erickson Lubin, he was playing it cautious for a while because he knew that Rosario had punching power, and you better believe he felt that shit. He felt that punching power that Rosario had. Alpheus White says Tank will never fight anyone like Lomachenko or Haney. He out here fighting regular champs and bragging he isn't cherry picking. So this is the thing, right? You got to give Tank Davis his credit because you've seen Mario Barrios ain't no punk. You've seen Mario Barrios got skills. He came out there to fight. And Mario Barrios actually has a good ring IQ. He got a good ring IQ because he was going to Tank's body and he was confusing Tank. You see what I'm saying? Tank was trying to get in on the inside, and Mario Barrios, he was hitting Tank with some heavy shots in the body. But one thing I got to say about Tank Davis is Tank Davis got a hell of a chin on him. Tank Davis got a hell of a chin on him. That boy can take some, because Mario Barrios was hitting Tank Davis with some shots that would have put a lot of these fighters out of their misery. You see what I'm saying? PLG Scott, what's happening with it? Great fights tonight, though. Great fights tonight. I mean, you can't tell me you wasn't entertained. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was entertained tonight. See, this is what the fans want to see. This is what the fans want to see. This is what it's all about. You dig what I'm saying? This is what it's all about. Dank Father says, y'all notice Loma not talking that Tank shit no more. I think that he's not talking about Tank no more is because he realized that fight wasn't going to happen. You know what I'm saying? With him being with Top Rank in TMT Promotions, he realized that fight wasn't going to happen. I would the real and assassin. Man, I would love to see that Tank Davis and Lomachenko fight. Who wouldn't want to see that fight? But it's so many fights at 130 to 135. I want to see Tank Davis and Lomachenko. I would like to see Tank Davis and Devin Haney. That's a hell of a fight. That's a hell of a fight. I don't think that Devin Haney can beat Tank Davis, though. Before, I was saying I think Devin Haney might be able to outbox Tank Davis. Devin Haney can't beat Tank Davis because he doesn't possess enough power to keep Tank Davis off of him. And Tank Davis is just gonna walk Devin Haney down. And you see how Tank Davis is so fucking athletic. He was jumping in with shots on Barrios. He's so quick and athletic. He was able to jump in with shots with left hooks. Hey, Tank Davis, and he showed he has good defense too. He showed he has good defense when he wants to. He has good head movement. He keeps his head off the line very well. Tank Davis he has a lot of tools that he showed in the fight. He just doesn't utilize them all the time. The real assassin says Haney got reach and height. Yeah, Haney can box his ass off. He got reach and height, but like I said, Haney don't have no power like that. And see, Mario Barrios has power. And if Tank Davis was able to walk through Mario Barrios' power like that, you dig what I'm saying? If he was able to walk through Mario Barrios' power like that, what you gonna think? What you think he gonna do? He get in the ring with Devin Haney. Now, like I said, Devin Haney, a hell of a boxer. But come on now. Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 100. Tank Davis is going to walk through everything that he throws until he gets to Devin Haney. And the thing is, when Tank Davis gets to Devin Haney, because he will get to Devin Haney, can Devin Haney take that power that Tank Davis got? But the best fight that we can see right now, one of the best fights in all of boxing, period, that we can see right now is Tank Davis versus Teofimo Lopez. They both quick. They both very athletic. They both very explosive. And they both got devastating punching power. To me, that is the best fight we can see at 130, at 135. Best fight we can see. To me, Tank Davis and Lomachenko is today's sugar. I wouldn't even say sugar. I would say today's Marvin Hagler, Tommy Hearns. Tank Davis versus Teofimo Lomachenko, that's like today's Marvin Hagler versus Tommy Hearns. And somebody will go in that fight. It's a shame that we probably won't even never see that fight. It's a damn shame that we probably won't even never see that fight. A damn shame. But yeah, I'm telling y'all, hell of a fights tonight. What fight was y'all the most entertained by tonight? Let me hear y'all in the comments. Tell me what fights was y'all the most entertained by tonight. Let me hear y'all in the comments. What fights was y'all the most entertained by tonight? But hey, Milo Servant, man, and if y'all not subscribed to the channel, make sure that y'all sub to the channel too, and hit that like button. Hey, man, he landed that backflip. That hey, Tank Davis is a motherfucking pure athlete. For him to land that backflip like he did, that shit was after fighting what 10 hard, strong rounds, and then able to land a backflip. It landed that bitch perfect too. RDZ Production says Lomachenko fight. Alpheus White says the Lomachenko fight. He says I'm not a big fan of him, but the technical skills. Yeah, man, that hell of a fight. You can't complain. Did y'all watch the Tank Davis fight though? Because the Lomachenko fight was, I'm telling you, it was exciting. It was exciting. I'm even gonna go back and watch the Lomachenko fight because it was going on at the same time as the Tank Davis fight, the Tank Davis and Barrios fight. But as far as I think I got to give Tank Davis fight the edge because it was so much excitement in that fight. The Lomachenko fight was one-sided. You know what I'm saying? It was one-sided. The Tank Davis fight was exciting because it wasn't one-sided. Tank Davis was down on the scorecards, and he had to come through with some spectacular shit, and that's what he did. He had to bite down, right? When he was down on the scorecards, he was getting beat. He was getting caught with some big shots. He was getting caught with some big shots by a much bigger man, and he came through. He bit down, and he showed that he's a dog. Tank Davis is a straight-up dog. And to beat Tank Davis, you're going to have to be able to outdog him. And don't let Tank Davis get in tip-top condition, because I'm going to let y'all know right now. Tank Davis was not in tip-top condition. He wasn't in tip-top shape. When we saw Tank Davis in tip-top shape, he looked unbeatable. And I'm going to tell you what fight that was in. I think it was the Jose Cuellar fight when he went and trained with Kevin Cunningham. When Tank Davis went and trained with Kevin Cunningham, he was in tip-top condition. Tonight, he wasn't in tip-top condition. But the dog in him showed that he just, he just got something in him that a lot of fighters don't have in them. See, what won Tank Davis this fight tonight was his dog. It wasn't even the power. It was the dog that he had in him, the will to win. Right? It was the will to win. And Barrios, right? Barrios could have won. He could have won that fight, but he didn't have that will in him. He didn't have that dog in him like Tank Davis got. You see what I'm saying? He didn't have that. But shout out to Barrios because he showed that he's not a pushover. I think this is going to make Barrios a better fighter. I think it's going to make him a better fighter. He's going to learn from this fight. He's still very young. And, salute to Barrios, man. And he took his defeat. He took it like a man. He didn't make no excuses. And, yeah, man, shout out to Barrios. But all respect to Tank Davis. You got to get that man you got to give him his props. All respect to Tank. You got to give him his props. Real talk. Matt something said Loma fight was a better stoppage. He says the Davis fight was a better comeback. I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm not gonna argue with you, but I give the overall to Tank because I even think the stoppage, man, because like he had to dig down deep for that stoppage. Like he had to come back from being down. And although it may look like that Tank Davis was never hurt in that fight, like he was never hurt to where he was showing it, but he got hurt with a couple of them body shots and a couple of them hooks. You know what I'm saying? He was able to eat him though, because he got a chin, man. That Tank Davis is tough. And I'm gonna tell you like this. I give the edge to Teofimo Lopez right now, maybe, but I think Tank Davis is tougher than Teofimo Lopez. But see, if he go in there and fight Teofimo Lopez, he needs to be in tip-top condition. Tip-top condition. He can't take rounds off to where he's paced. See, tonight you could tell that Tank was pacing himself. Luis Duval, yeah, man, Tank a monster, man, and he showed that. But you could tell that he was pacing himself tonight. You see what I'm saying? He was pacing himself. And when he go in there against somebody like Teofimo Lopez or Lomachenko or Devin Haney, any of them guys, he can't pace himself. He got to be in tip-top condition. Got to be in tip-top condition. But man, I didn't like the Barrios fight when they made the fight because I was like, man, Barrios is. I thought they was just basically, kind of cherry picking Barrios. I ain't gonna lie, kind of picking Barrios out. And I think that Leonard Ellerbe and Floyd Mayweather, they kind of were cherry picking Barrios, but they underestimate Barrios. They underestimated how good Barrios is. And I think I did too. I'm not going to sit up here and lie to y'all. I underestimated how good Barrios was. And I think that Barrios, man, they had a good game plan, man. They was confusing Tank. They was, they was keeping Tank on the outside with that stick. They was going to the head and the body very well. They was going to Tank Davis's body very well, and it was confusing Tank, and it was hard for Tank to get in on the inside. But see, Tank just tough, man. He got that grit. Tank got a different type of dog in him, and he was just determined to get in and get his shit off. And Tank is smart. He got a very smart ring IQ. Also, he's smart. Because you see how he was stopping Barrios' jab, right? He was stopping Barrios' jab with his right hand. He was pawing his right hand out there, and he was knocking Barrios' jab down, right? So he was basically he was making it very hard for Barrios to keep a jab in his face, and he was using very good head movement too. So Tank Davis got a lot of skills that people look at Tank Davis and they think that he's just, just a come forward power puncher. You know what I'm saying? Nah, Tank Davis got skills. And it's crazy because he reminds me of Mike Tyson, the young Mike Tyson. I'm talking about a young Mike Tyson, not the Mike Tyson after, he stopped using all his head movement, because y'all got to go back to a young Mike Tyson. I'm talking about 84, 85, 86. 87, 88. You know what I'm saying? The young Mike Tyson, more so the young Mike Tyson before Custom Model stopped training him, right? Before Custom Model passed. The Tyson that had very good head movement and a lot of boxing skills. See, Mike Tyson, the later Mike Tyson, he stopped using a lot of skills that he had when Custom Model was training him. You see what I'm saying? That lunging left hook, Matt, something. That lunging left hook, man, that shit is nasty. And we hadn't really got to see Tank Davis implement that. But, man, he implemented that lunging left hook, and that shit looked nasty because he's so fast with it, and he can get in there so fast with that lunging left hook. And Tyson used to do that. That's why he reminds me so much of a young Mike Tyson. That head movement, when you saw Tank Davis doing that head movement, and then he come up with that lunging left hook, and he do it so quick. You know, he do it so quick. And it's hard to time him. It's hard to time him, and it's hard to stop it. Man, I'm telling you, Tank Davis, man, he is forced to be reckoned with. And now that he has been able to go up to 140 pounds and to beat somebody like Barrios in the type of fight that he did, right? Because I think a lot of people thought that Tank Davis was just going to go in there and basically walk through Barrios once the middle rounds came, and I actually did myself. But that ain't what happened. Barrios showed that he was forced to be reckoned with also, right? And I think this fight, having to be in a fight like this, is going to do a whole lot for Tank Davis. It's going to do a whole lot for him. When you win a fight like this to where you got to come from behind and you on the verge of losing, when Tank Davis go back and watch this fight, he's going to learn a lot from this fight. And this fight is going to make Tank Davis a whole lot better than he already is. And like I said, y'all better hope Tank Davis, for the people that don't like Tank Davis, y'all better hope that he don't really, really get in tip-top shape, because he wasn't in tip-top shape tonight. You could look at his stomach and tell he ain't have one ab, and he was having to pace himself. He had to pace himself, but the dog in him, when he had to bite down, and go out there and throw punches and be active and just lay it all out on the line, he was able to do that because he got dog in him. Not because he was in tip-top condition, but it's that dog that mean a lot, that grit, that I'm not going to lose. Y'all see Clarissa Shields had that. That's why Clarissa Shields was able to come through and do what she did in her MMA victory, because she has a certain type of dog in her, a certain type of grit in her that shows people, I don't care what position I'm in, I don't care how far I'm down, I cannot lose. I'm going to do anything that I have to do to stop me from losing. And that's it. Ralph Dunn, what's happening with it? He says, Tank too small for 140, but that make the win more impressive. Yeah, exactly. Because Tank is only 5'5". You know what I'm saying? Them guys at 140, those dudes is big. 5'10", 5'11", 6 foot. All them dudes is big. So I think that Tank, now his team is going well, they already knew. They weren't going to have him stay at 140. But I think he realizes now, okay, 140 is too much for me. 140 is too much for me. But at 135 and at 130, if I'm on my shit, can't none of these fighters beat me. None of these fighters can beat me. And the only reason I give Teofimo Lopez the edge is just because I'm a show me fighter, right? Teofimo Lopez, he's faced the best competition at 135. So you have to show me that you can beat him. Now, am I saying that Tank Davis can't beat him? Hell no. That's a 50-50 fight, and that's a hell of a fight. Somebody gonna go in that fight. And the jaw that Tank Davis has, he might knock out Teofimo Lopez. But I don't know. But Teofimo can outbox him. I don't see Teofimo knocking him out because Tank Davis got a fucking chin. That dude is tough. Ralph Dunn says T.O. don't got the reach or the height to survive Tank. They both got skills out this world, man. You can't, that's a 50-50 fight. Like I said, but it's a fight that we need to see. Like I said, that is our today. That's our Marvin Hagler and Tommy Hearns. Teofimo Lopez versus Tank Davis. Name me a better fight than Teofimo Lopez versus Tank Davis at 135. Name me a better fight. If anybody got a better fight that they think is better than Teofimo Lopez and Tank Davis at 135, drop it in the comment section. C. Wood says Tank will scrape Lopez. You gotta put some respect on Lopez's name now, C. Wood. I'm not no Teofimo Lopez fan. Outside of the ring, right? And the bullshit that he be doing. But I am a fan of him inside of the ring because he can go. You know what I'm saying? The boy, the man, he can go. But Tank Davis can go. That's a hell of a fight. It's a 50-50 fight. That's not a fight that I'll go in, put my money on either one of them dudes. You feel what I'm saying? But see, Wood, I don't see Tank Davis. I don't see Teofimo Lopez knocking out Tank Davis, right? But I see Tank Davis, he has the power to knock out Teofimo Lopez. And the only reason I say that is because Tank Davis, man, he got a different type of jaw. Like Tank Davis is showing that he has a jaw and the toughness of a Canelo Alvarez in a Triple G. He got that type of jaw. I'll throw Jermell Charlo in there too, because Jermell Charlo got a hell of a chin on him. See, Wood, that's your opinion. You know what I'm saying? But your opinion is Tank will KO T.O. And I don't have no problem with that opinion, but that's not a fact. You know what I'm saying? That's not a fact. But I do agree with you, man. The grit that Tank has and that just will to win. I see that from very few fighters. I see that from and I agree with you, man. That grit that Tank, that grit and that dog that Tank have. That's what impressed me the most in this fight tonight. Is I love to see a fighter go through adversity like that and to pull that shit out. That's like when you up the bat in the bottom of the ninth ended, right? The base is loaded. The bases is loaded, and you down, right? You down by 4. Or you down by 3 and the bases are loaded and you need a motherfucking grand slam to win. And you jack out that grand slam. That's what he did. He pulled out a grand slam. As boxing fans, I'm pretty sure we all love to see shit like that. He had us on the edge of our seats. It was just, a great night of boxing, a great night of fights. Great night of fights. And Lomachenko, let's not take nothing away from Lomachenko neither, because Lomachenko came out there and he showed out tonight. Lomachenko said that he wanted to make it his duty to go out there and show everybody that he's better than Teofimo Lopez, right? And his way of doing that tonight, the only chance he had to do that was to go out there and to beat Nakatani in much more impressive fashion. Much more impressive fashion than Teofimo Lopez did. And he said that's what he was going to do. And he went out there and he did it. He said that's what he was going to do. And he went out there and he did it. And man, he looked impressive. He looked impressive. He didn't hold back from the time the fight started. He went straight at Nakatani. He used his angles, his footwork, and he looked impressive. And we need to see that rematch. We need to see that rematch. We need to see the rematch with Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez. I doubt we get it because I don't think Teofimo Lopez want to give Lomachenko a rematch. And I think it doesn't. I don't think he's scared of Lomachenko, right? I don't think he's scared of Lomachenko, but I think it's because he don't like Lomachenko. And I think he going to just stay away from out of spite of what Lomachenko did to him. Because, see, Lomachenko refused to have a rematch clause in the contract. So if Teofimo had a loss, Teofimo looking at it like this. Well, if I had a fucking loss, you would have never gave me a rematch. Never. Lomachenko ain't never gave Gary Russell a rematch. Never gave him a rematch. So it's personal. You dig what I'm saying? So he's like, fuck you. I ain't giving you no rematch. It's personal. It's kind of like with Floyd and Manny Pacquiao, right? Manny Pacquiao did all of that shit that he did. I mean, I don't want to get into that. I mean, he held up the fight for years because he didn't want to take no blood tests, all of that shit, right? When they finally got in the ring, after all of those years and years and years, like 6 years, 7 years of just waiting, right? When they finally got in the ring, Floyd Mayweather beat him clearly, and then he didn't get no credit. He didn't get no credit from Pacquiao. Pacquiao made a million excuses. Said his shoulder was messed up. Said this and this and that, and then wanted a rematch. So Floyd was like, "Man, fuck you. I'm giving you no rematch. Fuck that. You're gonna take this L and you're gonna live with it for the rest of your life." And I think that's the same thing that Teofimo Lopez is doing and is gonna continue to do to Lomachenko. But we might see it. We might see it. And the only way we might see it is if Bob Arum comes to the table with a big bag of money. Because we know that Teofimo Lopez re-signed with Top Rank, right? And we don't know what's in that contract. Maybe Teofimo Lopez told Bob Arum, "Man, I'll fight the dude again." Because, see, Bob Arum wants that fight bad. Bob Arum wants that fight, and he wants it on pay-per-view, and he wants that fight really bad. Because Bob Arum looks at Teofimo Lopez and Lomachenko as one fight that is going to make him a lot of money. He thinks that fight is going to do big numbers on pay-per-view. Excuse me. He thinks that fight going to do big numbers on pay-per-view, and it might. It just might. You know what I'm saying? It might. If Teofimo Lopez, he go over here to Triller. I think they pushed the fight back to September. If he go over here to Triller in September and he do what he's supposed to do and do it in impressive fashion against George Kambosos, continue to build his star power. I don't know how good the Lomachenko numbers did tonight because he was competing with a lot. You got to understand the Lomachenko fight was competing with the Phoenix Suns in Los Angeles Clippers game, and it was competing with the pay-per-view, with the Tank Davis pay-per-view. And what else was on? I think it was a UFC pay-per-view on also. So I don't know how good those Lomachenko numbers is going to do. But I think pretty much if you know Lomachenko, you know him. If you don't know him, you ain't going to know him. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. That's a fight that could do good depending on how they promote it on ESPN. But all in all, for some reason, Bob Arum wants that fight. He wants that fight bad. And he got a special place in his heart for Lomachenko. Let's just keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? And he want Lomachenko to get them belts back. A lot of people think that if a rematch go down, that Teofimo is going to lose to Lomachenko. I'm going to tell y'all like this. One thing I did see tonight with Lomachenko, and I saw it in the Teofimo Lopez fight also. Lomachenko, he tender to the body. He don't take them body shots very well because Nakatani was hitting him to the body, and I don't like how Lomachenko reacts to body shots. You know what I'm saying? And if Teofimo Lopez could grind down on Lomachenko's body, he might have something. But I see a rematch between Teofimo Lopez and Lomachenko. I'm gonna have to edge Teo. But if Lomachenko can take Teofimo Lopez's power, if he could take Teofimo Lopez's power, he could beat Teofimo Lopez. If he could take his power. You dig what I'm saying? And that's a big if. Because he wasn't taking Teofimo Lopez's power very well in that first fight. And that's what had him real timid. That's what kept him real timid. Catman 785 says, I think Bob has enough sense to put a stipulation in T.O. new contract to force the Loma fight if he wants pay-per-views. That's what I'm thinking, dog, man. That's what I'm thinking, Catman 785. I'm thinking that same thing, man. That he probably put something in there where that made, Teofimo agree to a rematch with Lomachenko. But I don't know. Who knows, man? Who knows? Not So Nice says Tank struggled with the unknown opponent. Lomachenko handled a top 5 opponent in his weight class. That says it all. Lomo stops Tank easy. You tripping, dog. I don't know where you came from, but Tank, first of all, Barrios, he wasn't unknown. He wasn't unknown. I've seen Barrios fight a lot. So I mean, he probably was unknown to the casual fans, but to the diehard boxing fans, he's not unknown. He's a champion. He's a champion. He held a regular title. He held the WBA regular title, so he's a champion. He wasn't unknown, and he wasn't no Rudy Putin either. He wasn't no fucking pushover. Barrios can fight, so you got to give Tank his credit, and Lomachenko did manhandle. I don't know that Nakatani is a top 5. I wouldn't say that he's a top 5 at 135. I wouldn't say that he's top 5, but it all depends who you ask. I do respect Nakatani. Nakatani is a good fighter. He's a good fighter. He ain't no top 5 to me, because you can't put if you put in Tank Davis at 135. Let's say Tank Davis is because he's ranked at 135. You got to put T.O. You got to put Tank ahead of Nakatani. You got to put who else? So you got to put T.O. Tank ahead of him. You got to put Devin Haney ahead of him. You got to put who else would you put ahead of Nakatani at 135? You got to put Lomachenko ahead of him. I wouldn't put Ryan Garcia right there, because Ryan Garcia, he got to go in there and prove that he could beat somebody like Nakatani to me. But I think Ryan Garcia would knock out Nakatani, but I don't know. It's he got to go in there and prove it. Who else? Who else at 135? Let me see. You got Richard Comey. Richard Comey. Y'all forgetting about Richard Comey. Who else? I can't think off my head, but I don't think I would put Nakatani top 5 at 135. Nah. C. Wood say Loma goes to sleep against Tank. That's a very dangerous fight for both fighters. That's a very dangerous fight for both fighters, because Lomachenko could confuse Tank with his footwork, but I do see Lomachenko maybe getting hurt, because if Tank Davis catch Lomachenko, but see Tank Davis, what Tank Davis is gonna have to do, he gonna have to show me a better ring IQ, because he made that fight against Barrios harder than he should have, because Tank Davis was headhunting too much, and he could have got Barrios up out of there earlier, but he wouldn't go into the body. That's one thing I noticed about Tank Davis. He was not going to the body enough. And when he finally did go to the body, we saw what happened. We saw what happened when he finally decided to go to the body, but he didn't have to take that long to start going to the body. That's one thing that Tank Davis get. Now, if Tank Davis go in there and he's in tip-top condition, and he makes it his duty to go to Lomachenko's body, he'll stop Lomachenko. Because like I said, I noticed that Lomachenko, he struggles when he get hit with body shots like that. He don't like them body shots like that. And all of that movement and those angles that Lomachenko does, you can neglect a lot of that with that body work. But it's all about going in the ring and showing it. It's all about going in the ring and putting it together. You see what I'm saying? Because these fighters, they don't always use and continue to stick to the game plan that their coach is telling them. Because I heard Calvin Ford in the corner getting on Tank about headhunting. He like, all you doing is headhunting. Go to the body. And Tank wasn't listening the whole time. But yeah, you man, Tank Davis is a problem. Catman 785 says, I see a rematch as I see a rematch as a decision win for Lomo or a KO for T.O. Me too, Catman. I see either T.O. is gonna KO him, but if Lomo is able to take his power, Lomo will win that fight by decision. And he said Loma won't start slow again. He says, I think Loma will go for broke and risk getting KO to make sure he outworks T.O. He gonna have to. You see what I'm saying? In those feints that he does, he's gonna have to utilize those feints and actually act upon them. Because see, he was doing a lot of feinting in the first fight, but he wasn't throwing. He was getting Teofimo Lopez to react to the feints, but he wasn't throwing. C. Wood says, I think Tank times Loma foot movement and cracks him to sleep. If Tank is in great shape, oh yeah, he gonna definitely have to be in great shape to keep up with Lomachenko. But that's a fight. See, these are all fights that we in here going back and forth on, but these are fights that we not getting. And it's a damn shame. The only weight class where we getting all of the best fighting the best is the weight class that we saw another hell of a fight tonight at 154. At 154, we getting all the best fighting the best. Erickson Lubin and Jason Rosario, that was another great fight. That fight, you was on the edge of your seats the whole time because at any given moment, you know that Erickson Lubin could get put to sleep. And at any given moment, you know that Erickson Lubin could put Rosario to sleep. That was a hell of a fight too. They was both hurt in that fight. But Rosario is something about Rosario in them body shots. I don't know if Rosario I don't know what it is. He cannot take that body. He can't take that body work. He can't. And the way that he reacts to just when he gets hurt, the way that Rosario reacts to getting hurt, it's different to me. Like, it's different to me. You don't never see like fighters on his level react like that when they get hurt all the time. It's just different, you know. He kind of remind me of kind of a bully, right? A bully that is offensively tough, but he just, you know what I'm saying, when you hit him, he just run and cry and shit. You know what I'm saying? As soon as he get hit, he just run and cry. He said Rosario was too slow and he can't take body shot. Yeah, that's what. Yep, he can't take no body shots, and he reacts very bad to that body work. C. Wood said, we need to see these fucking fights. It's frustrating, yeah. And like I said, man, we probably ain't gonna never see them. I'm gonna keep it 100. Do I think we ever gonna see a Tank Davis versus Lomachenko? No. Do I think that we ever gonna see a Tank Davis versus Teofimo Lopez? Well, Teofimo Pop said that we'll never see that fight because he said that he don't think that Leonard Ellaby and Floyd Mayweather put him in the ring. And then I don't think that we'll see that fight because they're gonna be arguing over who the A side is. Teofimo Lopez his argument is, well, I'm the A side because I got all the belts, right? If he has all the belts at the time. And y'all hit my like button if you ain't hit the like button yet, right? And then we got Tank Davis. His argument is going to be, well, I've been a champ in 3 different weight classes, right? And on top of that, I'm a pay-per-view attraction. I'm a much bigger star than you are. So I'm the A side. So we're not going to get that fight. But like I said, so we got to just wish that we get a rematch between Lomachenko. We got to hope that we get maybe Tank Davis versus you know what? I'm gonna tell you another fight we ain't gonna get now. We not gonna get Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia. You know why? Because they not gonna put Ryan Garcia in the ring with Tank Davis after what they seen tonight. I guarantee it. I guarantee you that now we will not see Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia. They will not put Ryan Garcia in the ring against Tank Davis after what we see now. And I'm gonna tell y'all another thing. Ryan Garcia, he gonna get put to sleep by Tank Davis. Tank Davis will put him to sleep because Ryan Garcia got punching power. But see, the thing is is Tank Davis got a chin, and he showed everybody that tonight. So I know that Tank Davis can take what Ryan Garcia gonna bring, and I know that Ryan Garcia, he can't take Tank Davis's punching power. So that's a fight that we know we're longer gonna see. We no longer gonna see that fight. I would love to see Gary Russell versus Tank Davis. Love to see that fight. Another fight we probably won't see. So, man, Zenith 360, what's happening with it? He says Rosario needs to get a physical and make sure he don't have any stomach problems. Maybe he has abscess, or maybe he has an abscess or something. It's weird. I don't know what it is, Zenith, man. He don't take them body shots well at all. And just his reaction just be crazy. T.O. started the A-B side argument to ruin the fight. He says T.O. started the A/B side argument to ruin the fight. They moving dates to low sales. Well, Zenith, like I said, he has an argument. You dig what I'm saying? Because he does have all the belts at 135, right? Tank Davis only has one belt. He's on. Well, do he even still have? He don't have no belt at 135. You dig what I'm saying? Really? So, think he might have a regular still if he still got that belt. But he has an argument that he is the A side. But Tank Davis got an argument that he the A side too, because he's like, okay, well, I sell pay-per-views, right? I've done 2 pay-per-views already, and I'm a bigger attraction because he is a bigger attraction. He is the bigger name. So both of them got arguments. You dig what I'm saying? So I think if anything is a 50-50 fight, why can't they just do 50-50? Because both of them got arguments. This ain't like Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, to where you got one man just doing pay-per-views, selling out. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Selling out arenas, doing big pay-per-view numbers every time he go on TV, right? And fighting the toughest competition, where you got an other man that's sticking off it, that's going straight off of his accolades that he did at lower weight divisions, right? And flopping all his pay-per-views. So it's a different argument. C. Wood says Rosario has great abs, but a weak core. Yeah, he do. He got good. I mean, his abs is popping out, right? His abs is popping out the motherfucking skin and shit. But he can't take no body work. So that shows you that having abs like that don't mean shit when it comes to being able to take body work, because Tank didn't have not an ab on him. If you look at Tank Davis, he didn't have not one ab on him, on his body at all. But he was able to take that body shit work and keep coming forward. You can't say that Tank is no risk, because if you saying that, you didn't watch the fight tonight. Out, all gas, no brakes. You can't say that Tank didn't take no risk. Now I agree with you that Tank hadn't taken no risk up until tonight. I agree with you. Up until tonight, Tank never took no risk in his career, to me, right? But tonight, you got to give him all the credit in the world. And if you're saying that he didn't take no risk, you didn't watch that fight tonight, because that was a risk, and he was down on that fight. He was getting beat in that fight. He had to come back, and he had to come back with some shit. Zenith 360, what's happening with it? Off in that super chat, he says, Belts has never determined purse splits. Lennox was undisputed and was B-side to Mike Tyson with no belts. T.O. has no argument. It's about sales and name recognition. T.O. B-side, no argument, right? And I agree with you, right? Because when you're talking about making a pay-per-view fight, Zenith 360, right? It's about what can you sell. It's about what can you sell. But you can't say that T.O. don't have an argument, because as far as competition-wise, as far as what he holds in the 135 right? T.O. is the king of the 135-pound division right there. So you can't say that he don't have no argument. He has an argument. You know what I'm saying? He has an argument. You can't say that he don't have no argument. You know what I'm saying? He definitely has an argument. That's why I'm saying that they both have a valid argument. So to me, if you really want to make the fight, make it a 50-50 fight. C. Wood says T.O. has a weaker argument, though. It just all depends, y'all. Because if T.O. has all of those belts, right? And say Teofimo Lopez, yeah, he has 3 belts, right? He got 3 belts. And say Tank Davis' goal is to become undisputed at one of these weight classes. And say, well, he like, okay, I ain't fucking with 140, but I want to fight at 135. I'm gonna make 135 my home, and I want all the belts. If Tank Davis wants all of the belts, he's gonna have to go through Teofimo Lopez if it stays looking like what it's looking like now, right? Say Teofimo Lopez is the guy with all the belts, and Tank Davis, his goal is to have all the belts. Well, he got an argument. You can't say he don't have no argument. You feel what I'm saying? He got some argument because now you get to go and fight for 3 belts. They both have arguments. One is a pay-per-view star that's coming with, well, you know, I got a name and I sell pay-per-views. And one is coming with, I got a fucking resume and I got all of the belts. So they both got an argument. So can't nobody say that they don't both have valid arguments. Asses and seats determine A or B side. But like I said, them belts hold weights too. Them belts hold weight. You can't sit up here and act like them belts don't hold no fucking weight. You dig what I'm saying? Because if I'm fighting you, if I'm Teofimo Lopez and I'm fighting you and you don't have no belt, all you have is a name to say, okay, well, if you beat me, your name will get bigger. That's cool. The hell? That's cool. You feel what I'm saying? But like I said, they both have a valid argument. We can't say that, you know, oh, well, Tank Davis, he only has the argument, you know. But like I said, let's do, to me, I think they should come together. See, we arguing about, this is the problem, right? We fans, right? And Zen360 off in that super chat again, he says Lennox was undisputed king, B-side to pay-per-view Tyson. But see, Lennox knew that he could beat Mike Tyson. He just wanted to fight Mike Tyson. You feel me? He just wanted to fight Mike Tyson. He had been wanting to fight Mike Tyson for years and years. Mike Tyson, you can't compare Tank Davis' name to Mike Tyson's name. You can't do it. Mike Tyson was the biggest name in all of sports, not just boxing. You dig what I'm saying? You can't make no comparison. That's not even a good, like, I feel you what you're trying to say, Zenith 360, but comparing that to Lennox Lewis wanting to fight Mike Tyson because Mike Tyson had a name, right? You can't make that comparison because, like I said, when Mike Tyson had the biggest name in all of sports, Mike Tyson name held the same weight as Michael Jordan. The biggest names in all the sports, I don't care what sport it was Mike Tyson and Michael Jordan. Period. It wasn't no bigger names in sports bigger than Mike Tyson and Michael Jordan. So Tank Davis is not on that level yet. You can't make that comparison. Not anywhere near that level yet. You feel what I'm saying? Now, if we're talking about Floyd Mayweather in this situation, yeah. But no, Tank Davis is a big name in boxing, but he's nowhere near that level. So we can't make that comparison. We know when nobody is saying that Tank needs. See, this is the thing. You're getting off of y'all going off a subject now, right? We sitting here talking about that. We as fans would love to see a Tank Davis and Teofimo Lopez fight. Neither one of those guys need each other. You feel what I'm saying? If Tank don't fight Teofimo Lopez, he'll be fine. If Teofimo Lopez don't fight Tank Davis, he'll be fine. So it's not about who needs who. It's about what the fans want to see. So you sitting up here making arguments about who should be A side. Why are you even worried about that with this? You see what I'm saying? Because they both have something to bring to the table. Teofimo Lopez has, I got 3 belts. Tank Davis has, I got a name, and I've been on pay-per-view. They both have something to bring to the table. We shouldn't be arguing about who's A and B because I don't give a fuck. They both have some. So if you want to see the fight, you should be saying the same thing that I'm telling you right now. Hey, you know what I'm saying? They both got something to bring to the table. They should be able to sit down and make a 50-50 fight. Straight up and down. And you cannot, and once again, like I said, you cannot compare Tank Davis's star power in his name to Mike Tyson. That's a horrible comparison because he's not nowhere near a Mike Tyson name. Come on, man. I'm trying to come on here and give Tank all the glory in the world, but don't start that shit tonight. Come on, man. We ain't gonna overpraise the man like that. Come on, he ain't got no name like Mike Tyson. Great night of boxing, and I'm glad my Phoenix Suns won. I'm a diehard Laker fan, but my second team is Phoenix Suns because you know what I'm saying, I'm out here. They in my state. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, you know, so I got to go with the hometown team, and we put on. And chunk the deuces to the Clippers because ain't no team never came back from a 3-1 deficit. So the Clippers can go home. And I'm a Lakers fan, so I hate the Clippers. And I can't stand, you know, I hate with a passion Patrick Beverly. I cannot stand Patrick Beverly. But hey, man, you know, it is what it is, man. Like I said, at the end of the day, man, we don't need to be on here. Like I said, see, we argue about A side, B side with Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford because that's a whole different argument. Like Terrence Crawford has no argument at all. You dig what I'm saying? So you can argue about that. He don't have no type of argument. But this, you can't, you know what I'm saying? This Teofimo Lopez and Tank Davis, they both have an argument. They should just go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, fight 50-50, man. But it's a fight that we ain't going to get. So, I mean, we might as well stop talking about it. It's pretty much a fantasy fight. But yeah, I hear what you were saying, Zenith. But what you're saying is the main reason we're not gonna get to the fight, because when they come to the table, if they ever would come to the table to try to work out a fight, that's the problem. And Leonard Ellerbe and Floyd Mayweather, they not finna fold to nobody. They stubborn as hell especially when it comes to negotiating. Zenith 360 said Lubin looked good. Yeah, man. Lubin, I'm telling y'all. And like I said on Friday, man, I said to y'all on Friday, I said Lubin probably has the best skills at 154. He's probably the best all-around fighter at 154. But he got one of the weakest chins at 154. That's the only problem with Lubin. He got all of the skills in the world, but something is with that chin. That boy got a glass chin, and he get in there with Jermell Charlo again. Jermell Charlo got too much dog, and Jermell Charlo know that. And see, I think that Lubin is better than Jermell Charlo, right? I think he better than, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. The first Lubin fight, the first Lubin and Jermell Charlo fight, I bet on Lubin. I lost 2,500. I bet my homeboy 2,500 that Jermell Charlo was gonna beat Lubin. That Erickson Lubin was gonna upset Jermell Charlo, right? We just bet straight up, and that shit didn't last too long, right? But I still think that Erickson Lubin is better than Jermell Charlo, but he don't got that. He just don't have the chin. You know what I'm saying? He don't have that chin, man. He got a nerve in his chin that it's just something about that man chin, man. When he get in, like y'all seen it tonight, Rosario rocked Lubin and had him hurt with a jab. He hit that man with a jab and hurt him. Imagine when Jermell Charlo get to biting down, right? And he know he got to pull something out, and Jermell Charlo get to stalking him. And when Jermell Charlo get to throwing them hooks and shit, he gonna hurt Lubin again. He gonna hurt. And Jermell got he got power. He gonna hurt Lubin. That's the only thing, man. That's the only thing is Lubin have all the skills in the world, but he reminds me of you know who Lubin remind me of? If y'all old enough to know Julian Jackson. He like Julian Jackson, you know what I'm saying? Julian Jackson was a bad motherfucker, but as soon as you tapped his chin, he was going to night. He was going to sleep. That was the thing with Julian Jackson. When you tap his chin, that boy was going to sleep. And it looked like the same thing with Lubin. But the only thing that saves Erickson Lubin is that he trains with Kevin Cunningham and he's always in tip-top condition. So when he gets hurt, because he's going to get hurt, when Erickson Lubin gets hurt, he's able to recover fast. But see, when you're in a ring with somebody like Jermell Charlo, that's going to be relentless on you, that's not going to give you a chance to recover, and that has a granite chin, right? Because Charlo got a granite chin, so he's not going to be afraid to get hit because he know he can take it. It's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. What you said? Nope. You said Julian Jackson question. Nope. Only McCollum demolished Julian. What you talking about, bro? You better go back and do your history, Seawood. Julian Jackson stayed licking that canvas. You crazy. You better go back and do your boxing history. I know boxing, bro. You can't tell me that only McCollum would demolish. Nah. Julian Jackson stayed licking that canvas. One thing about Julian Jackson, if you touched his chin, he was going to sleep. Julian Jackson was a knockout artist, but if you touched his chin, he was going to sleep. Man, Julian Jackson suffered plenty of knockouts. You tripping. Watch, I'm going to pull his resume up right now while we speaking. Hold on. You tripping, man. Hold on. I'm pulling his resume up right now. Hold on. I'm pulling it up. Julian Jackson has 6 losses, all by KO. Come on, man. See Wood. You got it, man. You got to know who you're talking to when you're talking this boxing, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been watching boxing, involved in boxing for well over 30-something years, bro. He got, like I said, Julian Jackson got 6 losses, all by KO. All his losses was by KO, bro. What you mean that McCollum was the only one that destroyed him? Nah. C. Wood, man, just take that L, man. You was wrong. You just got to admit that you was wrong. We can move on. You was wrong. You know what I'm saying? 6 losses, all by KO. You was wrong, bro. You know what I'm saying? And he don't, and he has more than 49 wins. He actually has 55 wins. So Julian Jackson's record was 55 wins, 6 losses, and 6 KOs. You might need to do the math. You wrong, bro. But yeah, it's all right. I've been wrong a lot on here. I done been wrong, but I know Julian Jackson because I grew up watching Julian Jackson. And one thing I knew when I was watching Julian Jackson, I knew somebody was going. I knew somebody was going. One thing, when you got a Julian Jackson fight, you knew somebody was going. He was either finna put you out or you was going to put him out. That's it. That's all. Oh, no. Like I said, see, Wood, that's what I said. We all could be wrong. I ain't tripping because, like I said, I'm wrong. Shit, I'll be wrong on here. You know, I've been wrong before. We all could be wrong. But yeah, man. But yeah, so Lubin reminds me of like a Julian Jackson. You know, bad motherfucker, but if you tap that chin, he might go and he gonna get hurt. So that's something. And see, I feel it sucks that Erickson Lubin have that problem. You dig what I'm saying? Because when he is in there in big fights, we're gonna see Erickson Lubin get knocked out. You see what I'm saying? It's just we're gonna see him get knocked out again. And I hate to say that That's one thing that we do know, because when you have a chin like that, you can't fix it. You see what I'm saying? You can't fix that. You know what I'm saying? You it's nothing that you can do to fix a glass chin. You can't do nothing about it. So we know that when Erickson Lubin down his career, he's gonna suffer some more knockouts. He is. You see what I'm saying? It's just inevitable. He gonna suffer some more knockouts. And I know that he probably will get in the ring because now, again, he will get in the ring again with Jermell Charlo, because now he is the mandatory for the WBC title, right? And if Jermell Charlo can beat Castano, I don't even know if Jermell Charlo going to beat Castano, though. Mark my word, that's going to be a tough fight for Jermell Charlo. And Jermell Charlo might not win that fight. I'm picking Jermell Charlo, right? I'm edging Jermell Charlo in that fight, but I won't be surprised if he don't win that fight. That's going to be a tough fight because Brian Castano can fight. Jose Martinez says his stomach was there for body shots. Barrios did not take advantage. Barrios hit Tank Davis a lot with body shots. He caught him with a lot of body shots. You know what I'm saying? He caught him with a lot of body shots. He did very well. He did, and that's one thing I actually did like about Barrios, because Barrios mixed up his shots a lot. He kept Tank Davis confused. That's why Tank had a very hard time getting in on the inside, because he was confusing Tank with the head body. But Tank Davis just had much more dog in him than Barrios did. And Tank Davis was more skilled than Barrios, but great. You know, I take my hats off to both of them. Both of them are great competitors. They gave the fans what we want to see. Gave the fans a hell of a fight. C. Wood says Charlo will smoke Lubin again. Too much dog in Charlo, but not enough chin on Lubin. I agree with you, C. Wood. I agree with you. Charlo got that dog, and like I said, when I look at Lubin and everything that Lubin can do, the angles that he could throw his punches from, the power that he puts on his punches, everything that Lubin does, he's better than Charlo. Lubin is a better fighter than Jermell Charlo. But the thing is the chin. And Jermell Charlo has dog in him. And when they fight, he's going to catch Lubin. And when he catches Lubin, he's not going to give Lubin a chance to recover. That's just that's how I see it going. So I see Jermell Charlo winning that fight again. But if for some reason Lubin can get blessed with a chin overnight, which I doubt is going to happen. If some reason he could get blessed with a chin overnight, oh yeah, you better believe he could beat Charlo, because he has better skills than Charlo. You know what I'm saying? He has better skills than Charlo. Just look at him. Jose Martinez says it's going to take a style like Julio Cesar Chavez to beat Tank. I don't think so. I think the style that you need to beat Tank Davis is a style like Devin Haney or Shakur Stevenson. I think Tank Davis's most difficult fight is Shakur Stevenson on his A game, because Shakur Stevenson, he's very hard to hit, and he can get Tank Davis. He can get Tank Davis frustrated. Like Shakur Stevenson is the type of fighter that if he don't want you to land nothing on him, you're not going to land nothing on him. You dig what I'm saying? In Devin Haney is a difficult style for Tank Davis too, but Devin Haney, he don't have defense like Shakur Stevenson. Devin Haney has lapses in his defense. You know what I'm saying? He get caught with his hands down. He's not defensively responsible like Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson is going to be a very tough fight for somebody like Tank, because he can outbox Tank, and he can frustrate Tank where Tank is throwing them shots and he can't land nothing. You see what I'm saying? Let me see what y'all talking about. C. Wood says range, power, and defense equal Tank loss. You don't even have to have no power. You just got to have respectable power. Like I said, I think now I would pick Shakur Stevenson over to beat him because certain styles make fights. Certain styles make fights, and you know, them lunging shots and them shots that Tank throw, he's not gonna land none of that shit on Shakur Stevenson. You know what I'm saying? That's a fight. And Shakur Stevenson has a very high IQ to where if just like you seen him with that Jeremiah Nakatani, if he don't want to get hit, he ain't gonna get hit. If he want to fight you and he like, okay, I'm not gonna let this motherfucker hit me, that's exactly what's gonna happen. He gonna fight you and he gonna make sure that you can't hit him. You feel what I'm saying? And so I think that's the toughest type of opponent, a guy that can box and that has very, very good defense and that got a good jab. A fighter like that, that's the type of fighter that can beat Tank Davis. But man, Tank Davis is going to be a problem, like I said, and they're going to continue to match up Tank Davis well. And I think tonight, what Tank Davis did tonight is going to make him a lot better fighter. A lot better fighter. You need fights like this. Matt Capper says Shakur and Tank probably won't fight their buddies. Yeah, I don't see them ever fighting. Yeah, I agree with you, my dude. Jose Martinez says Loma wins by outboxing Tank and may even go to the body. He says body did against Linares. You said Loma wins by outboxing Tank and may even go to the body. I think you meant like he did against Linares. It's a possibility, man. It's a possibility. But that's a hard fight for Lomachenko because see, you're talking about Lomachenko going to the body. But what I noticed tonight in the Lomachenko fight, even though he did dominate and he looked great, and I noticed in the Teofimo Lopez fight, Lomachenko don't take body work well. Go back and look at that fight tonight, and go back and look at that Teofimo Lopez fight. He don't take them body shots well. And if Tank Davis can improve on how he goes to the body, because Tank Davis like to headhunt a lot. He can't go in there against Lomachenko and think he can headhunt because Lomachenko gives too many angles. He gives too many angles to be going. See, you got to go to Lomachenko body to slow him down and to stop him, right? And to stop him when he's, stop his footwork. He gives too many angles. You got to go to Lomachenko's body. And he don't like that body work. But if you go in there, if Tank Davis were ever, if he ever fought Lomachenko, if he go in there trying to headhunt, he'll probably lose. You got to go to his body. Now, if you go in there and switch up his arsenal with head and body work, he could beat Lomachenko, and he may could stop Lomachenko. Like Tank Davis is showing that he could pretty much stop anybody. But that's another hell of a fight. 50-50 fight to me, if you ask me. Tank Davis, Teo, 50-50 fight. Tank Davis, Loma, 50-50 fight. Those are all great fights. Nobody wins by landslide. If you go to the sports book, right? If you go to the sports book, nobody is going to be a big favorite in neither one of those fights. None of those fights. Yes, he would. He don't like that body work, dog. He don't like that body work. He do not like it. But yeah, man, y'all make sure that y'all like my like this. Make sure that y'all like this. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already a sub. I just want to come on here and do a post-fight reaction. We will be back. We're probably gonna do live tomorrow. If not tomorrow, I show you already know I'm gonna be on at the regular time on Monday. And if y'all don't know, Monday through Friday we on at 12:30, right? At 12:30 Mountain Time. That's Pacific time, right? That's on the West Coast. That's 2:30 Central, and that is 3:30 East Coast time, Monday through Friday. But like I said, I might get on here tomorrow and cook with y'all too. But I appreciate everybody that came in here, that tuned in. If you ain't hit the like button, make sure that you smash on the like button. Make sure that you sub to the channel if you're not a sub to the channel. And we will be back. Yes, he would. So just remember, man, at 12:30, That's 12:30 on the West Coast. That's 2:30 Central, and that's 3:30 on the East Coast. We cooking all the time, man. But I appreciate everybody, man. And y'all already know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again, and I'm gone.